Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Boomy and today we are watching the Deep Sea Meta by TierZoo. This is another suggestion by Ryan Hart over here. Um yeah, the Deep Sea, man. I think from what I can recall, I think I can only remember the anglerfish if I'm being honest. Well, we have the long ass crabs, the ones with the very long feet. We also have, let's see. I think there was a type of jellyfish in the deep sea. We also get, of course, the giant squid and some species of whales actually go down that deep. So yeah, if 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 you're talking about nightmare fuel, the deep sea is where you'll see almost all of the scariest looking creatures that ever to have walked the planet. Well, swam the planet, if you will. But yeah, let's see what we have here and who is the top predator. So remember, if you like my reactions, don't forget to leave a like. Let me know your thoughts on the video down in the comment section below and consider subscribing. Also, don't forget to leave your suggestions on what I should check on next. That being said, let's go ahead and watch the video.
This video is sponsored by Dollar Shave Club.
Is that an eel? Hagfish, okay. Oof. Okay, it is an eel.
The different servers in this game all have the same basic mechanics and gameplay. All of the same stats are important for every build, and all of the same build types can generally be found in most servers. With the exception of the Deep Sea.
The
The Deep
anglerfish.
Sea or Abyssal server has by far the most unorthodox, unintuitive, and unforgiving meta in the entire game. Sure, some
Nightmare
other
fuel.
servers may have an extremely weird day-night cycle, or constant damage dealt by the overworld, or a really unbalanced meta where how good your build is gets defined by how well it can play around the top build. But nothing comes close to how different the Abyssal server is.
Oh,
it's so
man.
different that I actually can't even make a traditional tier list for it. Why? Well, because nobody knows what the meta really looks like down there. While data miners have managed to collect a few
Data miners. Oh man, that's a real smart way of calling
glitch
the
clips and
explorers.
screenshots, for the most part the Abyss is still a mystery. And this is because it's the only server in the game that's region locked. The pressure setting on this server is so high that it will easily one-shot any player trying to get into the Abyss.
True.
Conversely, the only way the Abyssal player base can survive there is by speccing into extremely high internal pressure to counter it. But that means if they try to leave, they explode.
They explode, yep.
Although there's not really any way to make a tier list for the Abyss, I can still discuss the strategies that are popular in the meta, and which abilities give you the best chance of success. You can pretty much just forget that the stealth stat even exists.
No.
There's no reason to waste any points on
It's constantly dark there, so having stealth is basically useless.
camouflage because there's no light down there.
True.
This is why every player there is just pale.
Pale.
Aesthetics, palette swaps, camouflage, all total wastes of evolution points.
Yep.
Now, when I said there's no light, that isn't entirely true. There's no
Bioluminescence.
ambient light, but perhaps one of the most important abilities to learn how to use is bioluminescence. Over
Oh
90
man, it's so creepy to think that it's so dark down there that light gets spread out quickly. So even if you have a very high-powered torch down there, another term for a flashlight, just a few feet away, things can disappear really quickly. So it's still very scary.
percent of the player base uses this move, so mastering it is key to carving out a niche for yourself. One of the most common mistakes new players make is assuming that the best use of bioluminescence is to see.
Yeah.
Make no mistake, trying to use bioluminescence as a flashlight in order to spot other players is easily the worst use of this ability.
For the same point I made earlier.
Bioluminescence won't help you find other players, but it will help other players find you. And so you need to be very careful about how you use this ability. Otherwise you might end up giving your position away to an enemy player. The best uses for this ability are to communicate and to bait. Communication is pretty self-explanatory. You can use bioluminescence to talk to other players, signaling danger or finding other players to party up with. But perhaps the more infamous use of bioluminescence is as bait. Both viperfish and anglerfish are both prime examples of this, using their glow to attract other players looking for a free win. Both are severely lacking in mobility and rely on their trap in order to get their targets within
That is so scary.
range, but make up for it with their ridiculously high damage bite attack. This can be a double-edged sword though, since if a more powerful player is nearby, you're still giving away your location. A few other niche uses can be to use light as a distraction, almost like throwing a flashbang or flare, somewhat similar to the octopus's smokescreen ability.
Yeah.
The other most important thing to know about the Abyss meta is how to survive in a server centered not around plants and herbivores, but around scavengers. Without light, no loot actually spawns down there, at least.
Yeah, a lot of them. I forgot what it's called. It's I should check it out real quick. It's snow something. Yeah, it's called marine snow. It's basically like little particles of like organic material that just gets carried by the current down into the deep ocean. So yeah, this is basically what a lot of the smaller creatures in the deep sea feed off of, if not from heat vents or from straight up cannibalism. Then no, not cannibalism. Um, carnivorism? No, basically eating other fishes. So yeah, a lot of them depend on marine snow.
At least not in the form of plants. Luckily, there's no better area in the game to be a scavenger, because every elimination from the open ocean server leaves behind loot that falls to the abyssal seafloor.
Yep.
When a whale player gets defeated, it can turn the ocean floor into a year-long party, where players that would normally be enemies come to enjoy the event together. One major player that tends to show up at these but is rarely seen anywhere else is
Special
the
event.
Shark, a build which, admittedly, I should have included in my shark video. Sleeper sharks have the lowest mobility of any shark, instead having chosen to put their points into resistances, like pressure resistance, acid resistance, and temperature resistance. And unlike certain
Acid
other
resistance.
extremophiles, these perks actually come in handy at the bottom of the ocean, especially near vents and volcanoes. Apparently this build has a great matchup against the colossal squid, but because neither the colossal squid nor sleeper shark have ever attended a major tournament, most players, myself included, have yet to see how on earth sleeper sharks can win that matchup. The last thing I want to highlight is the unmatched success of the tube worm. It's found a way to tap into an infinite source of XP by making great use of the heat resistance perk. They've got completely uncontested control over one of the game's resources. Even sleeper sharks can't handle that level of heat, so these players can basically just farm as much XP as they want. Now, if someone were to come up with a predator build that could resist the heat of the hydrothermal vent, and also be powerful enough to pierce the armor of the tube worm,
that is so
they could
scary.
potentially get a really high score very quickly. But so far, it's never been done, and so for now, tube worms pretty much rule the abyss. Now, one last thing you might notice is that none of these builds have any hair. Is this because mammals can't really survive in the abyss? Maybe, but it's also possible that the abyssal community happens to be human.
I was waiting for an actual, like, fun fact, but damn it, that was a really good segue.
Fans of Dollar Shave Club. Dollar Shave
got
Club
me.
has everything you need to help you look and feel your best, like toothpaste, body wash, and hairstyling products. My personal favorite is their shave butter. Dollar Shave Club is basically giving away their Daily Essentials starter set to new members for only $5. The starter set features 3 trial-sized versions of their most popular products that help you stay fresh and clean, along with their executive razor. And by taking advantage of this special offer, you'll actually be supporting my channel in the process. This $5 offer is a...
Yep, here we go, guys. I actually haven't seen a lot of Dollar Shave Club, like, integrated sponsorships nowadays. But I'm guessing that this link is still active, so if you're looking to get a razor, go ahead and go to dollarshaveclub.com/TierZoo. Yeah, the deep sea meta. It's one of the places that we barely have any knowledge of, so it's really hard to put into context as to what's strong there tier-wise. So yeah, with very little to no knowledge of what actually goes on down there, the best thing that we can do is just speculate. But yeah, I mean, let your imaginations flow, because that place is not for the faint of heart. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me today, guys. Link to my Twitter is down in the description below. Go ahead and check it out if you want to. And if you're new here and enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like. Let me know your thoughts on the video down in the comment section below, and consider subscribing. Also, don't forget to leave your suggestions on what I should check out next. That being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!